Okay, welcome back to the IchiMoka show. I am the IchiMoka trader. Today is the 19th of April 2022, and I'm going to do a quick recap here. This will not be a long video. I only took 3 different trades here. Let's get into it here. All right, so what we've got is 3 trades in ATER and STSS. ATER actually came up through, was watching a Relentless Trader, RT. He's live every day at 9:15 a.m. Took this off of him. They were watching ATER in their Discord and their chat, and so I ended up taking a look at it. It looked pretty good to me. Was waiting on it here, so I'm going to just get right into it. I'm going to go over the strategy quick too, just for people that are tuning in new here. So the Ichimoku strategy actually uses cloud systems. This was developed many years ago. A Japanese trader trading commodities. So here we have the forward cloud needs to be green. So right now we're at this candlestick here, which is at exactly 9:41 a.m. in the morning. So this here, it has to be green if you're going to go long. If you're going to go up, you need that forward cloud to be green. It's the first thing that I look at. What is this? Okay, so if this is green in your price action, these candles are below, then you can't go long. So your price candles have to be above, or your candlesticks, they need to be above the cloud, not touching it or in it. If it's in it or touching it, you're not trading it. So here we look, we're green, we're above, so we're looking long, we're looking to buy, okay? This blue needs to be above the orange, so we're looking for the blue above the orange to go long. That looks good, and your lagging indicator here is also clear of the cloud as well as the candles, or your price. So that's pretty important that we have all of those lined up, as well as I like to be above this VWAP, this pink line here. I like the price to be breaking above that to go long. And then I use another couple indicators that I developed in the IchiMoka strategy. This is more for when I want to buy, and this is more for indicating a direction change. So I need to have this blue line typically moving back up, and we need to be above this center point to be looking long. And in here, to purchase this stock, I am going to need to be down here, crossing, and then the blue back into the blue. So I'm going to just go ahead on this setup. See that I'm waiting patiently. And I ended up taking this trade. It did cross, but it didn't cross below. I prefer it like this, but this was a stock that everybody was on, and I thought I'm going to try and go with the momentum. So this was almost more of a momentum trade than it was what I normally do. I took the trade at 8:45.11, and I got out at 11:46.55. So exactly 11:46 on this next candle I got out. The reason was the blue crossed back over the orange, as you will see here, and I did get out for a small $2 loss. That's €2. I should have waited for my actual setup, and I wouldn't have lost $2. But sometimes you got to take some of those chances, and you got to kind of run with it. It's not often you get 100% of everything lining up exactly where you want it, but I did have a nice move back up here on the blue on the MACD, and this did cross back up through into the blue. But as soon as I seen that blue cross back down to the side of the orange, I was out for a $2 loss, and well, it is what it is. My whole theory and my whole strategy is keeping my losses very small and waiting for the runners to take us to $1,000 or $1,500. Today, you know, I profited, what was it, $130 at the end of the day. That to me is just showing that my loss was $2 and my gain was $130. So for me, this shows that the strategy works. So let's just move over to STSS. We're gonna trade this actually twice. Again, I've got a green cloud in the front here. I've got my lagging indicator is clear of the price action and above its current cloud. And then I also have the blue line above the orange here. So the Ichimoku is setting up. Now for the Ichimoka strategy, let's take a look. We are above the MACD midpoint, so that's giving an indication that we're gonna go long. And I need this blue line here just to start curving back up for me to be a little bit more confident in this trade. The stochastic RSIs down here are doing really, really well. They're way below the 10, which I like for an entry. So now I'm just looking for the right spot, which is going to be when this blue line starts coming back up. So let's just take a quick look and go through here. So I had pushed. I felt like this area here was a very good area for an entry. So I ended up taking it right, if you can see, right between those two candles right here. So I wanted it to kind of come back and grab my order, which it did. And then go to the next. This had just started to curve a little back up, and then of course it kind of came back down. So it wasn't the greatest entry. But let's go to the next candle here. And so when I saw the blue, you see that blue line crossing that orange line, you know right away that you kind of want to get out. And for me, that's exactly what I did. You can take a look here, 312 for 0 profit. So I'm in and out of that trade. I didn't lose anything. I'm feeling good about that. Let's go next. I'm still looking at this trade for long, because I felt like it had some potential. And on this one here, when that blue started to come back up and I confirmed here, this is when I should have been looking at the end of this candle. This is when I should have been looking to go long. Anyways, I got filled here. You can take a look, 323. And then up to 336 is when I got out of that trade. Let's move that up to 336. So let's go ahead on the next candle. So I got taken out on this up here at 336 was my fill. So that's a beautiful fill. You can take a look on the actual numbers here in my actual Interactive Brokers account. So that's 132 minus the 2 is 130 for profit on the day. I did add another column here for my in and out. I wanted to start to establish, like, what are my hold times? Are they average 30 seconds or a minute? Normally, like, I'm waiting for my longer runs. I like making $130. Don't get me wrong, $130 is good. But when you look, I'm trying to get the big fish. So I get a little fish, I pull him in, he's small, I throw him back out. I'm waiting for that long, big fish to come out of the water. And in this situation, it didn't happen today. But I know from my stats that it will happen. That eventually you will get a 1775 winner, because it's going to happen. It's a matter of keeping your losses small and waiting for that big fish. You got to be patient. You have to be patient with everything, but you have to be also very quick to getting out when it isn't breaking. So you have your breakout or your bailout type way of doing things. So I'm going to quickly go through exactly how it is that I place my trades now. I used to solely use hotkeys, which I love using the hotkeys, but I like using this system because the strategy I'm doing now is a bit different than it used to be. So you don't need to trade this way. You can use the hotkeys and it'll work just the same way. So what you want to do here is when I go in to make a trade, and let's back this one up. It's a little more cleaner for the demonstration. Okay, so when I'm coming into this area here and I feel like, okay, I'm going to go into this trade. With interactive brokers, what I want to do is I want to make sure that right now, this is called the BookTrader. And this here is where you would enter all of your trades. So I have mine armed so that the second I click my button, my mouse, as soon as I click, it's automatically going to put in a order for 400 shares. And it's also going to put in a stop and a profit taker. I like it because I can move these up and down when I go to do it. So when I'm coming into this trade, so what I'm going to do is actually take a look at my levels. So I want to be at 312. Okay, so I would go to, well, this is not the correct one here, but it doesn't really matter. I set this to STSS. Okay, so there you go. Now it's loading into STSS. We're on STSS. And 316 is where I want to put my bid. So I would go in here and I would go to 316 until I got there, and I would place my buy. Let's go to the end, and I'll just do a quick demonstration here on placing the order. So forget about all of the, Ichimoku or Ichimoku strategy at this point. I just want to demonstrate the actual placement of an order. So what I often do is I'll look and I'll say, okay, this is the level that I want to go in at, is right here at 358. And I have this, I'm going to go in here at 258. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to buy at 258. I'm going to place my order. And automatically you can see that I placed the order. It was completed at $2.58. So then I go over here and I grab this and I go $2.58. I put this in. I put my, let's say I think we're going to go above the 200. Almost get up to that cross there again. And here I want to put my stop about here. So then I know that my stop is at 255. So then I go here, I go into here, and I go down to 255. So let's just go to 255. There you see it's now there. And then I go to my profit target and I say, okay, I want 16 cents. I want to be up at 274. So I go up here to my profit taker and I bring this down to 275. Okay, so everything's done. It shows that we bought here at 244. Is that exactly? Okay, let's just take a look. Orders. Okay, I bought it. Sorry, 258. 258 is where I bought. This is my stop. This is my profit taker. So as this thing moves up, if it was moving up, I would continue moving my my stop with it. So if we bought there, and it says here we bought at what's that? Sorry about all the noise there. If we bought at the 258, and this thing's starting to trade higher, I would move this to 258. So there we are, we're at 258. We're not risking anything anymore. And we know that our profit taker is here at the 275. I continue to move this up as we go, just depending on how things are looking. If it's looking strong, I'll leave it at the break even until the clouds take me out. But this is a good example of how I use BookTrader in interactive brokers. There's no real difference if you went with a hotkey system and you just pressed buy. You can set your your orders, your profit, and your stop loss immediately with those buttons as well. So let's move this up right there. Let's say we want to have our stop at 261. We'll see. Right now there's not much volume, so it probably won't get taken out. But now we're into the profit, a couple of cents, and you know, that's a way of doing it. But the hotkeys work just as well. You can adjust if you put in a hotkey order and you want to adjust. It'll show up here. The hotkey order will show up here, and then you can go here and you can actually change it within your actual broker. Just the same as the BookTrader that I like. I'm having fun with dragging things right now. So, anyways, that is the video. Let's go quickly through my stats for the day. So we were profitable, 130 on 3 different trades. We went with 2 different stocks, 3 different trades. And I just want to make sure everyone sees this. Okay, so total is actually 79 trades. We have a 79. We had 1 loss, 18, and wins. We always go with. We say that a break even is also a win. So sorry about that. 59, 61. So that gives us a success of 77.22%. So far the strategy's 77.22% correct. I have still my largest loss is 280. My biggest win is 775. Profit loss ratio is 1 to 2.6 to 1 to 2.6. So that's a fabulous profit loss ratio, and that's what I'm really concentrating and focusing on. Keeping my losses small. As you can see here, we've got -2 and 132. So when I lose, I lose. Okay, so we just actually got taken out of that trade. When I do lose, I lose a little. So now, yeah, you see we went up a little bit on that trade because I kept the stop into the profit. So anyways, that's the quick recap on the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to give a little more clarity on these types of setups as well with the Ichimoku clouds coupled with the stochastics and the MACD, which is the IchiMoka strategy. So thank you for coming on the show, and I hope you have a great day.